From the winding roads of Germany to the global highways, Porsche has carved its legacy. Let's journey through time and explore the origin story of this iconic brand. Join us as we uncover the passion, precision, grit, and prowess behind the legendary Porsche. Born on the 3rd of September 1875 in northern Bohemia, now part of the Czech Republic, Ferdinand Porsche was the third son of Anna and Anton Porsche. His father, Anton, was a blacksmith by profession, but from a young age, Ferdinand showed a keen interest in electricity. After seeing his son's raw talent, Anton allowed him to attend the Imperial Polytechnical College during the evenings after working in a shop during the day. At the age of 18, Ferdinand's dedication and hard work landed him a job at the Bella Egger & Co. electrical company, now known as ABB, in Vienna. This move to Vienna was not just for work. He also enrolled as a part-time student at the Vienna University of Technology to further enhance his knowledge in the field. It was during his time at Bella Egger that Ferdinand showcased his innovative spirit. He invented the first electric wheel hub motor, a concept initially developed by the American inventor Wellington Adams. Not only did he invent it, but in 1897 he also raced it. While Ferdinand's technical skills grew, the country's circumstances also changed. The political landscape of Europe was shifting during this time. Following the dissolution of the Austro-Hungarian Empire after World War I, Ferdinand chose Czechoslovak citizenship. However, in 1934, Adolf Hitler granted him German citizenship. Around the turn of the century, recognizing the potential, Ferdinand joined the Vienna-based factory, Jakob Lohner and Company, in 1898. Here, he designed his first four-wheel wooden cart-like car using the electric wheel hub motor, which was named the Porsche P1. His innovative streak didn't stop there. In 1900, after several iterations of his initial design, Ferdinand introduced the first internal combustion engine to power the electromotor. This invention led to the creation of the Lohner Porsche Electromobile, an automobile that shattered several speed records of its era. Personal milestones also marked this period. In 1903, Ferdinand Porsche married Aloysia Johanna Case. The couple was blessed with two children, Louise and Ferdinand Anton Ernst, fondly known as Ferry. In 1903, after spending 8 fruitful years at Jakob Lohner, Ferdinand took on a new challenge. He joined Austro-Daimler as their chief designer. His expertise was soon evident when he designed the Austro-Daimler Model 2780. This powerful 85-horsepower vehicle could reach speeds of 85 miles per hour. Built specifically for the popular Prince Henry trial race in 1910, the vehicle clinched the top 3 positions. This victory not only bolstered Ferdinand's reputation, but also earned him the title of professor at the company. His contributions to the field were further recognized when he received an honorary doctorate from the Vienna University of Technology in 1916. Interestingly, fast cars and innovative builds were not the only things Ferdinand would get involved in. Would you believe it if we said this luxury car brand has a history of making war machines? That's right. World War I saw Ferdinand diversify his skills and designed several army tanks, most notably the M17 Goliath. This further solidified his reputation as one of the premier engineers of his era. Post-war, he continued his passion for racing cars. His 1922 design won 43 out of 53 races, a testament to his engineering prowess. However, 1923 brought about a change. Differences in vision led Ferdinand to leave Austro-Daimler. He soon found a new home at Daimler Motor and Gesellschaft, where he served as the technical director in Stuttgart, Germany's car hub. His achievements continued to be recognized, and in 1924 he received another honorary doctorate, this time from the Stuttgart Technical University. The automotive landscape was evolving. In 1926, Daimler Motor and Gesellschaft and Benz & C merged to form Daimler-Benz. During his tenure there, Ferdinand designed the iconic Mercedes-Benz SSK. This car's exceptional performance and competitive successes made it one of the most revered sports cars of its time. However, by the decade's end, Ferdinand's vision for a compact Mercedes-Benz car didn't align with the board's direction. Unfazed, he left in 1929 to pursue his dream of building his own car. In April 1931, Porsche returned to Stuttgart and founded his consulting firm named Dr. Ing HCF Porsche GmbH. This wasn't just any ordinary firm. It specialized in designs and consulting services specifically for motors and vehicles. Porsche's journey to this point wasn't a solo endeavor. With the financial support of Anton Piech, his son-in-law, and the Austrian attorney Adolf Rosenberger, Porsche managed to bring on board several talented individuals. These were not just any professionals. They were his former colleagues and friends from his previous workplace. Among them were notable names like Karl Raab, Erwin Komenda, Franz Xaver Reimespies, and even his son, Ferry Porsche. Subsequently, the team swiftly embarked on a project that would mark the beginning of the Porsche legacy, the prototype for the Porsche 64. However, dreams and ambitions often come with their set of challenges. To fund the creation of his car, Porsche had to diversify. He took on multiple design and consulting assignments, crafting vehicles for other companies. One of his initial projects was designing a middle-class car for Wanderer. As the firm's reputation grew, Porsche felt the urge Porsche to work on a personal project, a design that resonated with his vision from his days at Daimler-Benz. He took a bold step, leveraging his life insurance to finance the project. Initially, Zundap showed interest in sponsoring the project, but they soon shifted their focus to motorcycles. NSU was next in line to back the project, but they too backed out, daunted by the high tooling costs. The economic downturn of the time didn't make things any easier. Car commissions were hard to come by. Eventually, Porsche, ever the innovator, founded a subsidiary company, Hochleistungsmotor GmbH, which translates to High Performance Engines Ltd. The company's mission? To develop a racing car, even if there wasn't a customer in sight. Drawing inspiration from Max Wagner's 1923 Benz Truffenwagen, an aerodynamic marvel, Porsche embarked on the experimental P-Wagon project racing car. The P here stood for Porsche. This car was designed to fit within the 750-kilogram formula, which stipulated that the car's weight, excluding the driver and other essentials, should not exceed 750 kilograms. Moving on, the 1932s brought a different revolution. Leader of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, had a vision to motorize Germany. He wanted a cheap, simple car to be mass-produced for his country's new road network. As a result, in June 1934, he contracted Porsche to design the Volkswagen, or the people's car. Drawing from his past designs, like the 1931 Type 12 car for Zundap, Porsche developed the first two prototypes by 1935. However, these designs bore a striking resemblance of those of Hans Ledwinka of Tatra, leading to a lawsuit against Porsche. The German invasion of Czechoslovakia interrupted the legal battle, but after World War II, Volkswagen settled the matter. Introduced as the Volkswagen Beetle, also known as the Type 1, this car played a significant role in Volkswagen's rise to fame. Still designed by our man Ferdinand Porsche at the request of Adolf Hitler, the Beetle became an iconic symbol of post-war German regeneration. Its unique design, affordability, and reliability made it a favorite among consumers worldwide. By the 1970s, the Beetle had surpassed the Ford Model T as the world's best-selling car. Porsche's association with the National Socialist authorities earned him the title of the Great German Engineer. However, his affiliations were not without controversy. In 1934, he renounced his Czechoslovak citizenship, and by 1937, he had joined the Nazi Party in the SS. By 1938, he employed the SS for security at his factory and even established a special unit, the SS Sturmwerk Volkswagen. In September 1939, a significant event marked the onset of the Second World War, the invasion of Poland by Adolf Hitler. This aggressive move prompted two major European powers, Great Britain and France, to declare war on Germany. The repercussions of this declaration were felt across various industries, including the automobile sector. The Volkswagen factory, which had been primarily focused on the production of the Beetle, a popular car designed by Ferdinand Porsche, had to shift its priorities. With the war now underway, the factory transitioned to producing war machinery, putting the Beetle's production on a temporary hiatus. Ferdinand Porsche was not just any engineer, he was one of the most skilled in Germany. His close association with Hitler meant that he was inevitably drawn into the war efforts, particularly in designing machinery for the Nazi army. Porsche's expertise led him to work on several military projects. Among these were off-road military vehicles and advanced battle machinery. Notably, he developed the Schwimmwagen, an off-road version of the Beetle, and other significant machinery like the Elephant tank destroyer and the V-1 flying bomb missile. However, Porsche's relationship with Hitler wasn't without its challenges. Despite being one of Hitler's preferred engineers, especially for tank designs, Porsche faced certain setbacks. Hitler had initiated a competition to determine who would secure the contract for the mass production of the Tiger, a heavy-duty tank intended for war. Porsche presented the Ferdinand, a hybrid tank equipped with petrol-electric transmissions. This tank, while revolutionary in design, had intricate engines that were prone to complications. During trials, the Ferdinand faced numerous issues and eventually malfunctioned. Porsche's miscalculation became evident when he lost the contract to another company, Henschel & Son. To make matters worse, Porsche had prematurely produced 100 chassis for his tank design. To make use of these, the German army converted 90 of the Ferdinand tanks into tank destroyers, renaming them Elephant anti-tanks. While these tanks played a role in the war, they were plagued by engine and mobility issues, leading to many of them being abandoned on the battlefield. Another dark chapter in Porsche's history during this period was the use of forced labor. Reports suggest that the Porsche company employed slave laborers in their Stuttgart factory. For years, the company denied these allegations. However, as more individuals came forward in the late 20th century, recounting their experiences of forced labor under harsh conditions, Porsche had to confront its past. The company later acknowledged its actions and had since contributed millions of euros to funds and compensations for the victims. While Ferdinand Porsche collaborated with the Nazis, it's debated how much he aligned with their ideology. He seldom displayed the Hitler salute, and his attire often contrasted with the typical brown uniforms of the Nazi Party. Although he received an SS rank from the Nazis, Porsche seemed more focused on expanding his business and meeting the government's demands than endorsing their ideologies. Porsche's involvement in the war efforts, however, came at a significant personal cost. After the war concluded, he was arrested by the French government on charges of war crimes, primarily due to his SS membership and close ties with Hitler. With Ferdinand Porsche, Anton Pierre, and his son Ferry Porsche imprisoned, the future of Porsche seemed bleak. Ferry Porsche not only inherited his father's passion for machinery, but also his unparalleled talent. Over the years, Ferry had crafted several vehicles, including the Schwimmwagen, translated from German. It means swimming car. This unique vehicle was designed to operate both on land and water, proving invaluable to German soldiers during wartime. However, this innovation came at a cost. Both Ferry and his father found themselves in prison. The reason for Ferry's release was rather unusual. The French government agreed to let him go on the condition that he would raise funds to secure his father's release. Ferry collaborated with the Italian car manufacturer, Cisitalia, to gather the required amount. Together, they created the Cisitalia 360, a car that was ahead of its time. Designed for Grand Prix races, it unfortunately never saw the racetrack due to financial constraints and changing race regulations. But Ferry's foresight ensured he was paid up front, enabling him to free his father after a grueling 22 months in captivity. The hardships didn't end there. Ferdinand, Ferry's father, suffered from deteriorating health due to the harsh conditions of his confinement. This meant that the challenge of carrying forward the family legacy still sat squarely on Ferry's shoulders. He observed that Cisitalia, the company he had previously collaborated with, produced compact sports cars using Fiat engines. This observation sparked an idea. Why not create a similar car using Volkswagen parts? With this vision, Ferry approached Volkswagen's managing director. They struck a deal, allowing Porsche to utilize Volkswagen parts and leverage their distribution network. Additionally, Ferry presented documents proving that the Volkswagen Beetle was a brainchild of his father, leading to a licensing agreement where Volkswagen would pay Porsche for every Beetle produced. This was a testament to Ferry's understanding, not just as an engineer, but also as a shrewd businessman. These strategic moves provided Porsche with the financial stability it needed to innovate and craft its own line of vehicles. In 1948, a milestone was achieved. Ferry unveiled the first car to proudly bear the family name, the Porsche 356. Though not the most powerful or the fastest, this two-door roadster equipped with a Volkswagen air-cooled engine marked the beginning of an era. Continuous improvements to its design made it a favorite among racing enthusiasts. Its debut race in Innsbruck, Austria, saw it clinching the top spot, setting the stage for Porsche's dominance in the racing circuit. The Porsche 356, despite its initial lukewarm sales, gained traction among car enthusiasts. Even in his frail health, Ferdinand took immense pride in his son's creation. He also had the opportunity to visit the Volkswagen factory in 1950, witnessing his vision for the Beetle come to life. Sadly, he passed away a year later, not living long enough to witness the global acclaim both the Beetle and the Porsche brand would receive. The post-Ferdinand era saw the Porsche 356 gain immense popularity, especially after its victory at the prestigious Le Mans race in 1951. Newer models like the 356 Speedster and 356 Carrera were introduced, capturing the imagination of sports drivers and celebrities alike. However, as time progressed, there was a growing demand for innovation. The 356, though iconic, was seen as a mere variation of the Beetle. The world needed more, a fresh design, something that would redefine Porsche. It was at this point that Alexander, Ferry's son, Ferdinand's grandson, came in as design director and would go on to introduce a vehicle that would elevate the Porsche brand to unparalleled heights. This new chapter in Porsche's legacy was just beginning, and the world was about to witness automotive history in the making. The Porsche legacy had been passed down through generations, with each member contributing their unique touch. Alexander Porsche was no exception. Much like his father and grandfather, Alexander was deeply rooted in the automotive world. However, his passion leaned more towards designing than engineering. He saw himself not as an engineer, but a craftsman with a knack for shaping and molding. After gaining hands-on experience in Porsche's body design department, Alexander felt the urge to contribute to the next generation of Porsche cars. His vision and craftsmanship led to the creation of what would become an emblem of sports car excellence, the Porsche 911. The 911 was a game changer. It was a leap forward from its predecessor, the 356. Instead of the four-cylinder engine that powered the 356, the 911 boasted a six-cylinder boxer engine. One of its standout features was its air-cooled engine located at the rear. This design choice not only improved the car's steering, but also its acceleration, thanks to the weight balance. The result? A driving experience that was unparalleled, offering smoothness that no other car could match. What's more, the 911 wasn't just about speed. It It was built to last, and over 70% of all 911s ever made are still running on the roads today. The world was introduced to the 911 in September 1964, and it didn't take long for it to become Porsche's best-selling vehicle. The company didn't rest on its laurels, though. They listened to their customers and continued to innovate, releasing even faster models with more horsepower, like the 911 Carrera S and the 911 Turbo. By the 1970s, Porsche's annual sales had soared to over 20,000 units, but the 911 wasn't just a hit on the streets. It made waves in the racing world too. Its debut race was at the Monte Carlo Rally in 1965, where it secured a commendable 5th place. With continuous improvements, the 911 dominated the Monte Carlo Rally, clinching victories from 1968 to 1970. The Targa Florio, Paris-Dakar, and the 24 Hours of Daytona. It quickly became one of the most successful competition cars in history. However, as the 1970s progressed, a significant shift occurred within the Porsche family. Ferry Porsche decided to step down, and none of his sons showed interest in taking the helm. This led to the family council's decision to distribute the company's shares and appoint an external leader. This marked the end of the Porsche family's direct involvement in the company's day-to-day operations, a dark time in the company's history. The 1980s brought about significant challenges for Porsche. In 1986, a sharp decline in the exchange rate, coupled with the high production costs of their top-tier vehicles, started to strain the company. By 1991, sales had plummeted to 23,000 units, a staggering drop from the numbers they were boasting just half a decade earlier. The financial toll was evident, with losses reaching 250 million Deutsche Marks. By the end of 1993, the situation was dire, with annual sales dwindling to around 14,000 units. In essence, Porsche was teetering on the edge of a precipice. Recognizing the need for swift action, Porsche made a bold move. First, they realized that their work had exceeded and outgrown a family operation. They would need to do something extraordinary to survive these harsh times and expand. Desperate for a breakthrough, Porsche and Daimler-Benz joined hands to make the Porsche Baxter. This would be a new mid-engine sports car that's more affordable than the 911. The Baxter was impressively well received and successfully saved Porsche by expanding their lineup and attracting a new generation of customers. But Porsche didn't stop there. They announced their venture into the SUV market. This decision was influenced by the rising popularity of SUVs in America, which, for the first time, had outpaced the sales of regular passenger cars. However, this move was met with skepticism and even backlash. After all, Porsche had built its reputation on crafting luxury sports cars optimized for both road and racetrack performance. The idea of a family-friendly SUV, especially one with 4 doors, seemed out of character for the brand. Yet, in 2002, defying the critics, Porsche unveiled the Cayenne. Contrary to many expectations, the Cayenne was not just a commercial success, it became a favorite among Porsche enthusiasts. While its exterior was a departure from the traditional Porsche design, its core remained faithful to the brand. The Cayenne offered robust performance, reliability, and the luxury that Porsche was known for. This SUV wasn't just a new model, it was Porsche's lifeline, pulling the company back from the brink of bankruptcy. Fast forward to today, the Cayenne, along with its newer sibling, the Macan, dominate Porsche's sales in America, accounting for over 70% of their total sales. Many regard them as the sportiest SUVs available, seamlessly blending performance with practicality. But while Porsche has ventured into new territories, it hasn't forgotten its roots. The brand continues to innovate and release models that echo its sports car heritage. The Porsche Panamera and the fully electric Taycan are testament to this, standing as some of their best-selling sports vehicles in recent times. Now, under the umbrella of the Volkswagen Group, Porsche's legacy remains untarnished. It stands tall, not just as a luxury car brand, but as a symbol of adaptability, innovation, and unwavering commitment to quality. Thank you for watching, but until next time, check how this man gets rejected by both Lamborghini and Ferrari to create his own car brand. The true story of Pagani's something else. See you there. Ciao.